do it.
Hey guys, welcome back. Or maybe you should be welcoming me back. Yeah, finally made it back from the store. On the quest to replace our broken equipment. But my apartment is just littered with broken controllers now. It's, yeah, been quite irritating. So, here's the deal. So I went to London Drugs. I was going to get myself the $20 Logitech piece of shit controller. It actually costs $30 now, but it was $10 off. because of the Black Friday sale. I totally forgot that was going on today. So yeah, I would have just told you guys solidly it'll take me an hour to go buy this controller because everything's super busy because of Black Friday. So I was just going to go buy the $20 Logitech piece of shit, the same controller that I'm replacing, that just has the busted cable connection. And I got to the till with it, and I saw that they had a console section, like across from the PC section in the electronics department. So I went up there to check things out, and sure enough, they have the DualSense PS5 controllers on sale for $20 off. They're $90 regular now. I was understating the problem before when I said that these things cost $80. A DualSense PS5 controller costs $90 Canadian regular price now. But it was... My RetroArch is, like, doing stuff when I'm not pressing anything on my controller. That's kind of distressing. Anyways, so I decided to get this thing. I was looking up online to see if the DS5 controller is a viable PC controller. And the general consensus online seemed to be, yes, it works fine. Why is everything so expensive? Oh, so if you didn't know, like, Canada has their own currency. Like, we pay for things in Canadian dollars here. The Canadian dollar is just weaker than the American dollar. It always has been. I think the prices have gone up just because, like, of inflation in general. Like, what's the price of an American DS5 controller? DualSense PS5 controller. Where would I even go to find a price for that? All of the stuff it's giving me is Canadian stuff, since it's like geolocating me to Canada. I've got a GameStop page that has them at 70. Is that accurate? What if I go to Amazon? Amazon.com. I mean, at Amazon.com, they're probably cheaper. Okay. DualSense controller. Huh. They have them listed at, from like 50 to 75. Assuming that $70 to $75 is normal for a DualSense controller for like the US, for the American price. Yeah, $90 Canadian is about $70 or $75 American. So it's like a priced equivalently to the value of the Canadian dollar relative to the American dollar. Oh, you do know about the... Oh, I see. I didn't know if I actually had to explain that to anyone who doesn't know how Canadian dollars work. But okay, so we got that. Anyways, my tea just beeped. I'll be right back. We can start. So the idea is what we're gonna do today. Since I don't have too much time left for streaming, I've got like an hour and a half, which isn't really much time to make a lot of progress in Star Ocean. So I'm thinking I've been screwed over enough with controllers in the past, where it's like I start to use them, and they seem to be working fine until I suddenly need a different feature of the controller, and I found out that that's fucked up. Like, I thought that my Retro Defender was fine until I needed the joystick and discovered the joystick was all fucked up. And then I thought I had fixed it until I discovered I needed the left trigger button, and then that was all fucked up. I thought that one of my previous controllers was fine until I needed the D-pad, and the D-pad turned out to be all fucked up. So to prevent that from happening again, because then that's the thing, is I don't find out that the thing I need is fucked up until months down the line. So to prevent that from happening again, I'm going to give this DualShock 5 controller a proper workout. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the stream today. I've got kind of my set of games that I like to use to break in and test out a new controller. So we're going to play a little bit of each of those games to make sure that this controller is functioning correctly. Not Metal Gear Solid 3 because the DualSense does not have pressure-sensitive face buttons, so that definitely won't work. What I'll probably have to do at this point is, yeah, we won't emulate the PS3 version. We'll just buy the shitty new Metal Gear Solid Collection version that just came out. We'll buy the new shitty remake and hope that it gets patched to be made a little bit less shitty by the time I get around to playing it. Anyways, I gotta go pour my tea. The first game we're gonna try out is Dynamite Heady. This one actually has a really good D-pad test that I like to use really early in the game. We'll have to play like the first level, but yeah, we won't have to play too far in before I can do my little D-pad test. Anyways, I'm gonna go pour my tea and be right back. Could make 25% more in Denver compared to Calgary. Really? See, I guess I don't have a good job. I work, I guess not minimum wage, but like not that far above minimum wage. So like since Canada actually, I feel like minimum. I could be wrong, but I think minimum wage workers are better off in Canada. I was under the understanding that like minimum wage isn't as much of a thing in the U.S. I was in Toronto last year, and it was nice seeing the big Canadian number turn to a smaller USD number. I mean, really, you can't just look at the prices and like know what kind of value you're getting. You have to consider the exchange rate. Oh, are we properly set up? Damn it. Fucking RetroArch. I have my core configuration set up for my for my Saturn pad. So I'm gonna have to tweak the controls here. Fucking RetroArch. I still want to play this game though, because this is the one that I use. Actually, this is looking fine to me. This is actually looking fine. Mode. That's not right. No information available. Start is start. Up is up. Yeah, ABC, that's all correct. So why isn't it working? Oh, do I have to hit start? Oh, that's weird, I just have to hit start. Okay, it is set up correctly. I just need to switch my controls. There we go. So buying the controller was fun. Yeah, that was quite an eye-opening experience. You know what? Also, I did notice when I was in the volume controls that everything's louder than... I was right. Everything's louder than it should be. I have my default speaker volume set to 60 instead of 50 for some reason. So everything's louder than it should be. There we go. Let's correct that. So I went in there, and it wasn't super busy. There was one lady taking up one of the salespeople's time, because she needed customer support for like some iPad data thing that the salesperson was having a hard time explaining to her. Then I ended up in line behind two people having two different issues with consoles they were trying to buy, actually. It was one like kind of middle-aged guy wanted to buy a PS5 bundle. And of course that's not just such an easy thing, because it's like, oh, do you want... they're pushing the Spider-Man bundle on him, but he wants the Call of Duty bundle. When it's like, oh, is that the one with data on it? Or what version of PS5 do you get with that? And I'm thinking, like, there's different versions of PS5s? What difference does it make? So then, like, the salesperson didn't really seem to know the difference between, like, whether your PS5 has data or how much storage space it has or whatever. So there was some confusion about that. Then there was some confusion about... like buying the warranty and what options he had with that. So it took a long time for them to sell this guy this PS5 bundle. There's the fat and the slim, of course there is. So then that was the first thing. There was an old lady who was trying to buy a Switch for her grandkids, and then there was a big explanation about like, oh, well, what version of the Switch do you need to do that? It's like, oh, well, is this Switch good enough to play more than one person with my grandkids? And it's like, no, you need this other bundle. Basically, the salesperson, it kind of looked to me like the salesperson was kind of trying to scam her. He was trying to push, like, a double pack on her so that she'd end up getting, like, 2 Switches one for each grandkid. And then she's like, what? Do I need that? And then it's like, or you can just get an extra controller with this one, because apparently the Switch only comes with one controller in the box. Or something like that. Then another guy in the line, and actually the salesperson didn't even seem to fully know what was different. And then there's like the OLED model versus the non-OLED model. And he was, again, the salesperson was trying to push the OLED model onto her. And it's like, oh, it's bigger. Does that mean it can play 2 players on the screen? It's like, no, that's not exactly what it means. You still... And then another person in line stepped in and was like, well, okay, actually, you don't need an extra controller or this 2-pack or anything to play 2 players. The Switch controller comes in 2 parts, so for most 2-player games, each person just takes like 1/2 of the little nubs. And like you can play Mario Kart with 2 people that way. And, like, that didn't sound right to me. Like, that doesn't sound like any version of Mario Kart I know, where you can play Mario Kart with half a controller. That sounds to me like trying to play Mario Kart on Wii with half a nunchuck. But maybe that is how it works. I have no idea. Basically, Basically, my takeaway from the whole... That's correct? Okay, cool. I'm glad I didn't say anything. But my takeaway from all of this is that console gaming is just a gigantic trash fire right now. It's an enormous fugazi. It's still doing this shit. Still doing this shit. Is this my controller that's doing this? Why is this happening? Okay, we have some kind of problem here. We have some kind of problem. And now the controller's not working. What's happening? What is happening? It was doing this offline, too. Why is it suddenly doing this with RetroArch? Is it a power thing? I guess the controller is charging. The light is off. So there's that. At least RetroArch isn't crashing right now. Maybe that's it. Maybe I have to leave this thing plugged in so it can charge. It could be a power thing, which is kind of annoying because that means I can't use this thing right away. Does the controller really use that much power that I can't use it while it's plugged in, though? That seems really weird to me. The light is glowing again. And now that the light's glowing again, the thing works. Maybe it's an idling thing. Maybe when the controller goes to sleep, everything fucks up. Let's see if it goes to sleep, if it fucks everything up. Well, do you use yours on PC, though? I'm using mine on my PC, not on my PS5. Anyways, we'll do the D-pad test. This is what I like to do to test D-pads on new controllers, is the Meat Bow Challenge. I think it might be the USB cable. It could be. I'll check the connection. Better not be the fucking USB cable. I spent, Although if it's just disconnecting the controller, it shouldn't cause RetroArch to stutter like this. So this is just simple target practice. You try to hit the things. I've had controllers that literally can't do this test. I had a third-party PS4 controller that failed this test. It could not do diagonals at all. But yeah, this basically tests your D-pad precision. How well can you do precise diagonals on the D-pad? And it looks like this controller can handle that just fine. As I was kind of expecting, PlayStation controllers have always had good D-pads, I think. That's one of the main things I like about it. This one actually feels especially nice. It's got a smooth D-pad instead of the old kinda textured ones. So like it feels smooth, actually. I actually like... This controller's actually got good hand feel. Other than the fact that it's making RetroArch stutter like crazy here. What I might have to do is get a Bluetooth adapter for my PC, because I know that this controller is meant to be used with Bluetooth. I'm using it through USB right now, which is not really what it's designed for. So I might have to get a Bluetooth adapter as well to get this thing functioning at full capacity. I mean, if it's gonna keep turning off If it's gonna keep like switching off because it's charging, I might have to do these tests later, like once I get back from D&D. Okay, so we've passed. This controller has passed the D-pad test with flying carpets. The other test I like to do. This is another kind of D-pad test. That's the D-pad diagonal test. Another test I like to do is Tetris Attack. This one also kind of tests the precision of your D-pad and how easy it is to do rapid inputs on both the D-pad and the face buttons. Oh, click the window? Oh, click the window? Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I'll try clicking the window if the thing starts stuttering again. So yeah, Tetris Attack is all about a game that's all about just repeatedly tapping the buttons over and over again. Actually, I'll actually test my ability here. We'll do a hard mode run and see how this does. Again, I've had controllers fail this test, where either the face buttons or the D-pad would be a bit too sticky or too heavy for rapid-fire button presses. This one actually seems a little bit heavy. Like, ideally, you want a controller that lets you have a light touch on the D-pad. This one's a little bit heavy. It's a bit tough to go fast on the D-pad, but it is manageable. We'll see if I can adjust to this. This isn't necessarily a deal breaker. There aren't that many games that are as demanding. Actually, the face buttons are working quite well. The face buttons feel really nice, actually. Quite digging the face button feel on this controller. The Tetris Attack test isn't a deal breaker, because there are very, very few games that require this level of D-pad precision and just hammering on the D-pad multiple times. I mean, it kind of sucks that if I can't play Tetris Attack with my new preferred controller, but I typically prefer the keyboard, actually. For games that require this level of, like, D-pad input, the keyboard actually tends to be best for these types of games. I actually play... Actually, Magical Drop is another one. Yeah, you can see how I was really slow getting up to this corner. I could have made that combo on a different D-pad. But again, not a deal breaker, because I think keyboards are actually better for games like this. I used to play Magical Drop and Tetris Attack with a keyboard years ago, and that's actually how I kind of got a lot better at those games, because you get so much more speed on a keyboard. Pokemon Puzzle League version of this game on N64. I've played it before, actually. I don't have it set up in an emulator or anything, but that's actually one of the N64 games I owned on Wii through the Virtual Console. Really good version of Tetris Attack, actually. It's got an extremely difficult single-player mode, single-player versus mode, versus com. It's really, really hard. Like, probably the hardest version of Tetris Attack I've ever played for a single player. And it's also got the 3D mode, which is really, really cool. Where, basically, instead of having the playfield constricted to, like, 6 tiles wide, instead you've got, like, this 3D column that wraps around the screen. It's really cool. So, like, envision instead of just having, like, this flat playing field here that's, like, yeah, six blocks wide. Instead, what if you, like, turned it into a cylinder and wrapped the blocks around into something that's, like, you know, 10 blocks across and then loops around? It's actually really, really cool. That's one of the things that's... So my favorite version of Tetris Attack is Puzzle League and Dr. Mario on the Game Boy Advance. That game just has so many cool features. You can enable lift mode so that you can keep raising the stack while blocks are clearing to just clear infinitely. Part of the reason I'm doing so badly here might also be because I'm just out of practice at this game. I could try to beat it on stream. I've definitely beaten it, although it took me a lot of continues for some of the fights. In this version of Tetris Attack, which I guess is just Tetris Attack, this is the original game, to get the best ending, you need to go through versus mode without losing at all. And I don't think I ever did that with Pokemon Puzzle League, although I don't know if you need to get the best ending, or if there even are different endings in that game. But I definitely did beat it. Weirdly enough, the final match with Mewtwo wasn't even the hardest one for me. I think it was... I had a really, really difficult time with one of the Elite Four. I think it was Lance. I think it was actually the Lance battle that took me a bunch of tries to beat, and then I crushed Gary and Mewtwo on my first try, if I remember right. There's a Panel de Pon. Yeah, the GameCube version of Panel de Pon. There's a GameCube Panel de Pon that also has 3D mode. But anyways, the GBA version that I like has all these cool features. It has lift mode, it has tons of different like time attack and time trial and scoring modes. It's like a, what do you call it? What do they call that version of Tetris that people like? Tetris Championship Edition or whatever. That's like what the GBA version of Puzzle League is. It's like Puzzle League Championship Edition, where it's for like hardcore players who want a bunch of different challenging modes and tons of different options to play the game. Tetris the Grandmaster, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Tetris the Grandmaster. Yeah, Puzzle League on the Game Boy Advance is like Puzzle League Grandmaster. That's my favorite version of the game. There's also Planet Puzzle League on the DS, which actually had a bunch of cool features. I really liked the touchscreen control, but that game was ruined for me by its speed. Like, the fastest speed setting in Planet Puzzle League is slower than the slowest speed setting in original Tetris Attack. It's kind of ridiculous how slow that game is. It ruins the whole game for me. There's a very hard mode where you have no continues. I'm pretty sure that I beat Puzzle League on very hard mode. I'm almost positive that I beat that one on super hard or very hard or whatever it's called. Because I think you have to play on very hard to fight Mewtwo. Yeah, this... It's not ideal. I might have to break in the D-pad a little bit. I am a bit out of practice at this game. Can we get just 113 chain here? I don't know whether to blame the controller or if it's just that I'm out of practice. It still feels good to play. I don't think I can do my D-pad inputs as quickly as I can with some other controllers I've used in the past. Although maybe I just have to be a bit heavier with my thumb. The problem with that is that then your thumb gets sore playing this game for a long time. Actually, let's go all out here. Actually, you know what it is? It might just be that I'm playing poorly, because I'm like missing easy matches here. Yeah, I can go faster if I work my thumb a little bit harder, but I do have to work my thumb harder to get the same level of speed on this controller. Thankfully, I don't need to like play at maximum capacity. I don't need to go all out to just beat this game or have fun with it. But if I were to get like serious into Tetris Attack, I don't think I would use this controller. If I were trying to get like new records in like time trial mode and stuff, this would not be the controller to use. Which is fine, because like I said, keyboard is the controller to use if you want to go serious with it, I think. This controller is passable for just playing some casual Tetris Attack. When does it get hard? When does this game get hard, or when does Pokemon Puzzle League get hard? I don't actually know Pokemon Puzzle League that well. I did play it back in the day, but I didn't play tons of it. Like I said, it was kind of a fun novelty for me, but I liked the new modes. I liked the challenge of the single-player versus mode. But in the end, it's not my favorite version of Tetris Attack, so I didn't really stick with it that much. Oh, this game? I mean, it depends on... Like, it never gets as hard as Pokemon Puzzle League. Probably the final boss, actually. The final boss of this game, like the Bowser fight, is a huge step up from all the other battles. So yeah, by far the ultimate challenge of this game is Bowser. Actually, that's not even true. The ultimate challenge of this game is CPU switch level 9 or 8 or whatever the maximum is. Oh yeah, have I ever shown you guys the CPU switch option in this game? It's kind of amusing. You can just get the computer to play for you, and it's actually really good at the game. In fact, so yeah, basically you can turn on the CPU switch, and like it'll basically play that controller port for you. So if you go CPU switch on controller port 2, then the AI will just play for controller port 2. And you can do it for controller port 1 as well. You can have the AI play against itself in 2-player mode, or you can get the AI to beat the single-player modes for you. And if you turn the CPU switch to its maximum difficulty, it'll actually tear through this game mode. The CPU switch is actually a stronger player than your versus opponents in the regular story mode. Fucking Petey's giving me a run for my money here a little bit, actually. Actually, at a certain high level of play, Bowser actually becomes not as difficult as the other opponents. Basically, Bowser plays really aggressively. He likes to raise his stack all the way to the top and then clear it all, which means that he tends to suicide. He tends to, like, accidentally suicide himself, either from raising the stack too much and just, like, raising it up to the top and dying, or clearing out all of the blocks on screen and leaving himself with nothing to clear garbage with. If you can fill his screen with garbage, he dies pretty easily. Whereas Kamek actually does have, like, some semblance of defensive strategy. Like, if you're trying to speedrun this game, you can probably kill Bowser more consistently than you can kill Kamek if you're going for, like, a fast clear. I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up again! Finger slipped that time. You know what? Yeah, it is kind of difficult. Kind of difficult, actually, to keep up with Kamek. I might just be rusty at this game. Although I feel like it hasn't been that time since the last time I played it. I don't know, I need to come up with some kind of excuse. I need to come up with some excuse for why I'm not playing great right now. Oh well, we still got him. No, we're not doing Star Ocean. I'm breaking in the new controller, as the stream title says. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a purple one. They didn't have them in white or black, so I got a purple one. Which is actually fine. That was actually... This is petty, but that's actually one of the reasons why one of the minor reasons that kind of slightly weighted against me ever getting a PS5 controller is I don't like the default white color scheme. I like that classic PlayStation black. Okay, let's try clicking inside the window. And actually this, like, kind of bluish purple is actually a really nice color. I like the dark purple that this is. Alright, let's see if we can handle Bowser with this controller. After this, we'll have to try... We definitely have to test the triggers and the analog stick. I actually don't really have a good game. Or I guess Dark Souls, but I don't have Dark Souls installed. Oh! I'm dropping inputs! Okay, we got lucky there. We got super lucky, but I actually dropped an input there that almost fucked everything up. That was just me being slow thinking. Yeah, I could have made that chain with a better controller, I think. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Oh no, yeah, it's just like I said. It's exactly like I said. Oh fuck. Oh, fuck, I died. Oh, he was about to die, too. No, you know what? It's not the controller. It's not the controller. I'm just playing very badly right now. We would have had him. He did exactly what I said. He left himself with no blocks left to clear garbage. He was absolutely going to die once his garbage was done clearing. Oh, well. That wasn't the controller, though. That was me just spacing out. And also kind of getting an unlucky block pattern there. That was embarrassing. I shouldn't ever lose to this guy. There we go. We just gotta play more serious. Ah, I didn't quite get the 13. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay, there we go. I keep slipping. This D-pad is almost too smooth. Okay, we can clear this with the... This guy's got, like, no... Oh, yeah, see, just exactly like I said. He clears all the way to the bottom, and then he has nothing to clear garbage with. Usually an easy win. We could have had him first try if I didn't space out. Okay, so this game, this controller, I don't know. I'd give it like a B- for the Tetris attack test. The D-pad is a bit too heavy to get the rapid tap D-pad inputs. Maybe that'll fix itself if I break it in a little bit more. Actually, so yeah, my usual test for analog stick input is actually Dark Souls. But I don't have that installed right now. Oh, you know what? I do have Demon's Souls. We could try that. See if this thing even works in RPCS 3. Oh, we'll have to go to 16:9 if we're gonna do this. Okay. X input. Oh, is that right? That might be right. Well, let's just try loading the game first and then see. Just see if it works. Oh, that's right. It has to load the shaders again. Because I had to clear out the shader cache. Or I clear out all the caches to get the EX Troopers English patch running correctly. Yeah, I actually started this stream with the wrong title. When I first loaded it up, I forgot to change the title. I pretty much immediately I changed it afterwards, but yeah, I initially put the stream live with the Star Ocean 2 title. Anyways, I'm gonna go get my tea now. Actually, while we're waiting for the game to load, check out this cable. I have never seen this before. This is fancy. Check out... Oh, hey, this thing's wedged in there nicely. Check out this cable. It's got magnets on it. Look at that. Little magnets along each cable segment. And the point of that is so that you can... like wrap it around like this. Like the magnets like line up with each other. They really don't. It's not that easy. I don't know why you would ever store your cable like this. It was wound up all nicely when it was in the box. Yeah, so the idea is, how do we even line this up? Yeah, there we go, like that. Then you get it wound up nice and tight, and then it just sits nicely like that. And there you go. We got a magnetic cable here. I don't see the utility of that. Like, I'd never had a problem just wrapping my cables normally before. But yeah, this one's got fucking magnets on it. I don't know. I thought it looked fancy coming out of the box. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's fun to mess around with. Okay, looks like Dark Souls is loaded in here. Let's see if this controller even works. If it doesn't, I probably just have to calibrate it with the emulator. Okay, looks like it doesn't work. Which is fine, because I remember I messed around with trying to use the Retro Defender, which has kind of different inputs. Okay. Yeah, this isn't even the right thing. DualSense. Refresh. Oh, hey. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, this thing just works natively with DualSense. I just clicked the DualSense button. It actually has my battery status at 35%. The DualSense handler is recommended for official DualSense controllers. Okay, let's see if that makes Demon's Souls work. Huh? Oh yeah, so does anyone use these things? Does anyone here actually use a DualSense, like on a PS5 or even on PC? There's like so much about this thing that's mysterious to me. Like, what's this big button in the center? This like big thing that's like lit up. I thought it was supposed to be like a touchpad or something. Maybe it is, but like the PC just reads it as a big button. Like, what's the point of that? What happened to my start and select buttons? Like, what is this? What is this bullshit? Look at that. There's my select button up there. That tiny little thing. There's my start button right there. That tiny little thing. I think I got them backwards, actually. That's select, that's start. But still, why are they so tiny? Why is there this enormous button covering the whole thing? I hate it. I want to go back to the way things were in the old days. It is a touchpad? Okay. So, like, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? Yeah, Deep Fry's the expert. He plays bullshit like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty. Or no, Battlefield? Was it Battlefield or Call of Duty? Yeah, he knows how this shit works. So what do you do with it? What like would you do with your touchpad playing a PS5 game? Or I guess PS4 controllers had them too. Call of Duty, that's what I thought. Oh, I've actually got a save file handy. So what's a good... Oh! The game crashed. Huh. Well, we don't know for sure that that's the controller's fault. Yeah, really, the DualShock 4 kind of started this whole paradigm of PlayStation controller. DS4 had the same thing. My shitty third-party DS4 controller had the same giant button in the middle. On PC, you can use it as a mouse? Really? Maybe with Steam. I know Steam has a very like good integration with the DualSense. Actually, from what I read online, only Steam games use the more advanced features of the DualSense, like haptic feedback, whatever that is, and motion controls are like exclusively through Steam. Which means I talked about this in the Discord. Or did I? I think I was. I can't remember if I actually ended up typing that message because I couldn't think of a good way to phrase it. Oh yeah, I couldn't think of a good, concise way to phrase it. But so yeah, we now have access to the version to a controller that can make use of all the crazy extra features that Kojima made use of in Death Stranding. We don't have pressure sensitive face buttons for Metal Gear Solid 3 on PS2, but we do have motion yeah, motion sensitivity and a speaker in the controller, so we can rock the baby to sleep and have it cry out of the speaker at us when we're playing Death Stranding. So we have that to look forward to on our next Death Stranding playthrough. You know what it is? I opened the wrong emulator here. I couldn't find Dark Souls 3 because I had my PS2 emulator open. Okay, so I tried updating the emulator. Let's see if that helps us. It shouldn't have to load all the shaders again. Oh, you know what? It might have been a shader thing that caused the game to crash. I seem to recall that I had some glitches in Demon Souls when I first set it up, but they immediately fixed themselves just by letting the game crash a couple times. I mean, I'll say this: I wouldn't say this controller is $90 is worth $90. Ridiculous that it doesn't come with a fucking cable or charging station. Like, how do you charge this thing if you are using it with a PS5? Does the PS5 have a docking station? Like, how do you connect this thing? How do you charge it? Or do you have to buy that separately, in addition to the 90 fucking dollars you spend actually getting the thing? That pissed me off so much when I read that. I mean, it's kind of fair because like the cable, like it's not going to come with a USB cable to connect it to PC because that's not what it's meant for, or not what Sony designed it for. But like to come with no cable whatsoever, that seems kind of ridiculous to me. Could also be a problem with this save file. If it crashes again, I'll try starting a new game. Alright, there we go. There we go. It's just like I thought. Just like I thought. We have to let it crash once to sort out the shader issues. Oh yeah, I guess the fact that we can select levels means that we've cleared Boletaria already. I don't remember. I think we're just going full magic with this character. So what's a good level with like a bunch of ledges and like narrow walkways to go across? Honestly, this actually feels better, way, way better than my old Logitech controller. Yeah, the joystick input here is fucking solid. Yeah, I think Latria is actually our best bet here. I think Latria is probably the best test of the joystick here. Oh, it comes with your PS5. Oh, okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, weirdly, I don't have it. I don't have any devices that use USB-C. I have some micro USB stuff, like some old digital cameras. Actually, at first I thought I was afraid I had done a stupid when I first brought this thing home, because I was like, oh, right, my e-reader. Yeah, my e-reader cable has one of these narrow things. I could have just used this, but no, it actually doesn't fit. As far as I know, I don't have any USB-C cables lying around, so I did need to buy the cable, which costs like $20, which is probably overpriced, but I didn't want to bother shopping around for a fucking USB cable. So I just bought the cheapest one they had there. Do these guys have magic resistance or anything? Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking forget how to play. I literally forget how to play. I literally forget how to play Demon's Souls. Okay, there we go. It's R1 to attack. That's right. R2 is heavy attack. Or you know what, I think I want to turn down the sensitivity. But yeah, all this is stuff we can deal with through the in-game settings. This game is actually maybe not the greatest to test your joysticks on, actually. Because this game does, I think, have some issues with, like, directional input on the joystick. Particularly when you're locked on. Changes to, like, four-dimensional movement. Or four-dimensional? Four-direction movement. Whoops. Oh, down I go. Yeah, you switch to, like, four-directional movement when you're locked on in this game, and it feels really bad sometimes. I need to, you know... Yeah, this game's a good test of the triggers, too, and I feel like I'm having a little bit of trouble getting used to the triggers. I don't know, the L1 and R1 buttons feel weird to me. I've never used a controller. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna lose my souls! Oh no! Did I have a lot of souls? I wasn't really paying attention. I can't even make it far enough in this level to get to the narrow walkways to really test the joysticks. Oh! Yeah, so this is a mage build, so I'm doing terrible damage with the sword. It was funny, I actually had a lot of difficulty getting through Boletaria with this build. I thought it'd be easy. People keep saying that Magic is like easy mode in Souls games, but I really don't think it is. I think those people are bullshitting. Magic becomes easy in Souls. Fuck off. Magic becomes easy in Souls games in the end game once you've gotten all your spells, if you know how, like, where to get them quickly. But like, the early game can be rough if you're using magic in just about any Souls game. Like, you don't have a lot of MP to work with, you have a weaker weapon than you would start with the other classes. Fuck. Gotcha! Oh, my fireball just ripped through his spark ball. Fuck you. Octopus head. It's a dead end. The fuck do we do here? Oh, I think we gotta open one of the cages and find a key. Anyways, so... I mean, I kind of expected that this... I was more worried about this controller failing, like, my D-pad and face button tests. Because a lot of modern controllers... Fuck. Those guys are hostile. A lot of modern controllers don't really consider classic 2D games, which are more heavy on the D-pad and the face buttons, whereas a lot of modern games focus more on the sticks and the shoulder buttons. Like that PS4 third-party controller I used for a brief time was fine if all you want to use it for is the joysticks and the shoulder buttons, but as soon as you try to use the D-pad for anything, it's just total garbage. It doesn't do diagonals. So I was kind of afraid that the, PS5 controller might be like that, but no, it's got, a solid, serviceable D-pad. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him! Nice. Oh, we're farming spice off these guys, too. Oops. Okay. That might be enough Demon Souls for now. I'm not ready for Demon Souls tonight. There's nothing wrong with the controller as far as playing Demon Souls. Any desire for Mega Man Battle Network? That'd actually be another game that would be a good test of the D-pad. That one also requires kind of rapid and precise D-pad inputs. Oh, actually, you know what would be another good game? Actually, yeah, Classic Mega Man is another good one. That's an excellent test of the face buttons. Yeah, we can do some classic NES Mega Man. Actually, even better, we could do Mega Man X. We could do Mega Man X. And that would let us test the shoulder button as well. See how dashing feels. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we gotta change scenes here. There we go. Shopped around with controllers. Think you're set for a very long time. What controller do you use again? Did you tell me? I can't remember. I hope I'm set for a long time, because I spent, like, between the controller and the cable, I spent $100 fucking on this shit. Yeah, we had better be set for, like, the fucking next 10 years. $1993 this game came out. It's later than I thought. Alright, we want R button dash and XA weapon select. Also, it looks like it was just Dynamite Heady that was a bit loud. This one seems a bit quiet. Hey, Zap. Happy Dinosaur Day to you too. Yeah, all of my controllers stopped working earlier today, so I had to go out and buy some new ones. Or I had to buy one new one. God help me if I had to buy more than one of these. We're gaming with the DualShock 5 now. My cable is too short for me to actually bring the controller all the way up to the camera. Mainly DS4. Oh yeah, 8-Bit Do. 8-Bit Do has been quality for me so far. I really like my 8-Bit Do Saturn pad. Oh yeah, we actually have to get the dash before we can start testing the dash. This actually feels fantastic. This is like the best controller I think I've ever used for this game since the SNES. Actually, I can't remember the last time I played Mega Man X with a SNES controller. Probably when I was like 10 years old. Hey there, Maze Whale. Black Friday shopping was hilarious. I got to stand in line to buy my PS5 controller while I watched two old people struggle to buy consoles. One guy trying to figure out which PS5 bundle he wanted and whether it had the right version of the PS5, and one old lady who had no idea how to buy a Switch for her grandkids. It's like, do I need the double pack? Do I need the OLED? Do I need an extra controller? Like, she just had no idea what she was doing, and it seems like neither did the salesperson. Neither did I. Like, I didn't have any answers for any of their questions. It's like, data or no data? OLED? See, if she had asked me, I would have told her, yeah, you probably need to buy a second controller if you want your grandkids to play together on the Switch. And you probably don't need an OLED. I think she ended up getting the single OLED version. Okay, we gotta get to... gotta get to Chill Eagle. Yeah, gotta go fight Chill Eagle to get our dash boots. A one-handed controller? So can anyone explain what the Switch does for controllers then? I thought it was like the Wii Nunchuck, where it's like you have half of it, like, you know, it's like one controller split in two halves that lock onto the side of the Switch. Like, you can separate them, but I didn't think it was actually two different controllers. I'm told now that that like you can actually separate them and use them as two completely separate controllers. I did not realize that. So you can actually play two players on one Switch. Just each person takes half of a controller. That sounds crazy to me. I guess, you know, Nintendo Switch. Bunch of baby games that you can play with literally half a controller. Mario Kart can be played with one half. Jeez. So what's on... I have not even so much as looked at a Switch in my life. What buttons do you get if you're using one half of the controller? Do you get a D-pad and 2 buttons? D-pad and 4 buttons? Is there a shoulder button? It seems crazy to me that you could play Mario Kart with, like, half a controller. Like, you at least need a shoulder button to drift, right? Or I guess you could do it with only 2 buttons. Just brake, accelerate, brake, and D-pad. I guess you could do Mario Kart with 2 buttons. Oh, Joy-Con has 4 buttons. Oh, okay. Same buttons, but the stick layout is on the other side. Oh, okay. Okay, so you could just flip it upside down. I see. Okay, that's pretty smart, actually. You know, I did always think that the Switch was a cool piece of design. Like, for a portable system. Like, I say I've never looked at one before. I haven't looked at it in detail. Like, I couldn't tell you, just in my mind's eye, how many buttons are on each side of the Switch, or where the joysticks are positioned. I didn't know, like, those little details. But, yeah, the idea of, like, the removable halves of the controller, kind of like the Wii Nunchuck, but, like, more like an actual game controller. Like, the whole idea of docking the thing to project it to a TV. I always thought that the Wii was, or the Switch was a really cool idea, a cool piece of tech. I just don't have much use for it, personally. Just because I don't need portable gaming consoles. Oh, going off the D... oh, you have to go. I should... Actually, that's a good point. I should check and see if we're still having a D&D night. I'm pretty sure we are. Last I checked, we were still on. Alright, we're on. That reminds me, I'm gonna have to make tea in, like, 20 minutes. Anyways, have a good evening, Deep Fry. We'll see you later. Hopefully I'll get more streaming next week. I've actually... It's kind of weird. I've been having rough mornings lately. Like, I can kind of feel a sickness coming on. Yesterday it was the headache. The day before it was also a headache. But the headache cleared up, like, yesterday during the day. Then this morning I had a headache and sneezing and a runny nose. And I was like, oh my god, I'm becoming sick. I might not even be able to stream today. But now after streaming for, like, just, like, an hour and a bit, I feel fine now. It seems to be just, like, in the mornings. I'm having a rough time. Maybe that's the power of my morning tea. Switch sucks as a single-player console? Yeah, that too. Yeah. Mainly, I think it pretty much sucks as a, like a home console, too. Like, if you don't want a portable gaming device, then I don't think the Switch has much utility. Like, if I were to get a Switch, I would only ever play it on my TV. And I don't think that's really... Like, if I weren't a PC gamer, I would rather have a PS5. Or even an Xbox over a Switch. Whoops. Whoops! Damn, how embarrassing. You know what? We'll say that I'm sick. We'll say that that headache hasn't fully gone away. And that's why I'm terrible at video games right now. Having some difficulty dashing off of the walls here. Not the controller's fault, that's always kind of an issue in Mega Man X, especially if you're not using R button dash. Oh. You know, this guy's actually harder than I remembered. Fuck! Wait, did I set... Can this thing not press the jump button while I'm holding down the R button? That would be a huge flaw if I can't hold down multiple buttons at once. I'm having a lot of difficulty. We'll just fast forward here because I got a lot of testing to do. What's the stage with a lot of wall kicking? Probably Boomer Kuwanger. Yeah, I'm having a lot of difficulty dash jumping off the wall here. Yeah, so we definitely have R button dash. Why isn't this working? Do I just forget how to dash jump off walls in this game? Okay. Does anyone know? Is dash jumping actually hard? I seem to remember you just hold down the R button and then jump. I can get it to work consistently here. Damn it. But only if I do it a specific way. I have to, like, let go of the wall and then hit R and jump together. Is that how it's always been? That's weird that a controller would introduce a weird change like that. I think it's always been like this and I just forgot. Maybe it's the later Mega Man X games, where dash jumping off walls is easier. Could be the heavy D-pad that's being an issue here, too. Oh yeah, what weapon did we get? Oh yeah, we got Chill Penguin's ice shotgun. Well, I'll tell you what, rapid firing the Buster is no problem with this controller. Woo! Wish I could have Armadillo's weapon for this section. Charged Armadillo is nice for this. Okay, once you know how to do it, dash jumping off the wall isn't difficult. I kind of want to try other Mega Man X games now to see if it's different in the other games. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, if we had the charged arm part, we could get that heart. Oh, just missed the jump. Gonna try it again. Actually, a good test of your dashing wall jump ability would be to try to get the heart piece in Spark Mandrill's stage with no weapon. Whoop. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat Kuwanger weaponless with hardly any upgrades. Let's do our best. T-posing to assert our dominance through the boss door. Vroom. Oh yeah, also this is another boss fight where dash jumping off the wall is really important. He's being really cooperative for this fight. Whoa! Oh! And then suddenly he stops cooperating. Oh! That's difficult to handle when he keeps doing that. That's a really fun fight to do, upgradeless. Alright, we got enough T-posing nonsense. Let's put our dukes up for this one. Fuck. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do when he teleports on you? Woo. Fuck you. Whoa! Damn, I haven't seen him do that in a long time. Yeah, I don't think I can beat this guy without upgrades or weapons or anything. Oh, one more, one more! Whoop! Fuck you. That's a fun fight. Okay, so I'd say the controller passes whatever test that was. My thumb hurts a little bit. I tell you what, I'm the one failing the gamer tests tonight. Controller's holding up fine, but I'm not. My thumb hurts. Let's try Classic Mega Man. Classic Mega Man's got kind of a... Oh, before that, though. Let's see if wall dashing is different. Failed to load content. The fuck? Oh, let's... For some reason, I'm running this in BSNES. The question mark's meant to be, you know, one of them? Oh yeah, by all means, go ahead and guess. Maybe I'll reveal it if you're right. Yeah, I'm really curious, actually, which one you think you know. Okay, yeah. That one I think was the most obvious one, because it's got so many letters. Yeah, we'll go ahead and reveal that. We'll go ahead and reveal that one. Or maybe I'll keep it a secret. Maybe I'll keep it a secret from everyone else, actually. We'll give other people who aren't tuned into this stream the fun of guessing that one, if they haven't already. Majora's Mask will be a secret, just between those of us who are here right now. Think you know all of them except the PS2 game? Yeah, that one might be the most difficult one. I could make it easier. I could make it easier by spelling out the full title. Although maybe I've given it away by saying that, even. I don't know. I feel like most of them aren't too hard. Although, actually, I'm curious. What's your guess on the PC game? Yeah, what's your guess, Zap, on the PC game? Because I think that one might be the hardest one to guess. I think there was only one PC game on the list. Interested in the decompilation project? Oh, okay, that's a good guess. Yeah, you might not be wrong about that. Yeah, I was right. I was right. Wall dashing works differently in Mega Man X2. All you gotta do is hold down the R button. Hold down the R button and you'll just automatically dash jump. It's different in Mega Man X2 than X1. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know if I care about the decompilations, though. The thing is, I don't know. Okay, that was hearing like a weird ringing in my ear, but I guess that was game-related. How to describe this? I don't know. I'm the kind of guy where I feel like if I'm happy with what I've got, I don't need more. Like, I'm happy with just the N64 version of Majora's Mask in the emulator. Like, that works. I'm happy with that. Like, when you get into, like, the decompilations and, like, higher frame rates and stuff, like, it's all different, and different looks weird to me. Different looks weird to me, so I'd rather just have it the way I remember it, the way I'm familiar with. That's a large part of the reason why I dislike remakes so often, too. Anyway, so this wasn't any kind of controller test. I was just confirming my suspicion with the wall dash. Let's... Do I have any Mega Man games in my favorites? Doesn't look like it. What? How do I not have any Mega Man games in my favorites? Well, anyways, let's fix that. Let's get Mega Man 3 in there. Any of the other NES Mega Man games would I put in my favorites? I don't think so, actually. I think Mega Man 3 is the only... Oh, yeah, Mega Man 4. We'll put Mega Man 3 and 4 on the old favorites list. Is it faster to go from the top or the bottom for an ME game? Probably would have been faster from the top. There we go, Mega Man 3. Oh, set core association to MESN. Add to favorites. Mega Man 4. Add to favorites. Do we want to do Mega Man 3 or 4? We'll do 3. I think I played 4 more recently than 3. Yeah, see, stuff like decompilations and, like, ROM hacks and all that kind of stuff, those are great ways to experience old games in a new way if you're already really familiar with those games. Like, if it's a type of game that you've played to death and want kind of a fresh experience with. I don't have too many of those games, though. Like, it's been probably more than 10 years since the last time I played Majora's Mask. Like, I don't want a fresh, new Majora's Mask experience. Like, that's just Majora's Mask to me. Would be a fresh, new experience, because it's been so long since I played it. It's so weird going to this after Mega Man X. I'm like trying to charge shot these guys, trying to dash. Okay, let's see if I can even remember how to play Mega Man. This will be a good test of this controller too, since Needle Man is quite difficult to do with no weapons. I actually found it a little bit difficult to do the jumping rapid-fire trick. Am I getting input lag or something with this controller? Maybe my reflexes are just slow today. I guess that would be the cable would be the issue there, not the controller. Also, maybe it's just me, but the colors look weird right now. Those needles are the wrong color. Oh, do I have, like, a shader or something enabled here? Maybe I do. Who cares? Yeah, I guess if you play, like, the new version, like the new ROM hack or whatever of a game, if that's the way you like to play it, that eventually, like, if you try the new thing and like it better than the original, that becomes like your new preferred way to play the game. That actually was, actually, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was that game for me. It's a game that I've played tons of times before, so I decided to try out the Sonic 3 Complete ROM hack, and that's my new favorite way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles now. I always play Sonic 3 Complete, the ROM hack, whenever I play Sonic 3 and Knuckles again, because I think is the best way to play those games. Damn it. Whoa. Oh, come on, that wasn't anywhere near me. I call hitbox bullshit on that. Oh, this guy's being a pain in the dick. Pain in the needle dick here. Well, fuck. Having a little bit of problems with, like, sluggishness here, but I think those are, like, problems with the game itself. I've always had problems turning and shooting on a dime in Mega Man. Ship of Harkinian, where they handle big head mode in cutscenes. Actually, Ocarina of Time is a game that I think I know well enough. It's kind of weird. I like Majora's Mask more than Ocarina of Time. But for some reason, I've played Ocarina a lot more than Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, I think I've only played it twice. And I played it pretty much back-to-back when I first played it. I played it once, and I played it again not too long after that, just because I liked it so much. Ocarina, so I played Majora's just the 2 times. Ocarina, I've probably played at least 4 or 5 times. Probably 5. 6 if you include the Master Quest run that I did on stream. What other stage do we want to test here? Oh, let's do Gemini Man. Gemini's a fun boss to Buster only. There's a cool rhythm to it. So the thing with Majora's Mask, I think I know the reason why I haven't replayed that one as much. The fun of Majora's Mask is in, like, solving all the, like, getting to know the NPCs, solving all their little problems and quests, and filling in the bomber notebook. And, like, once you know how to do all that stuff, once you know, like, what the solutions are to all those puzzles, it's almost like an adventure game, actually. Majora's Mask is almost like Zelda crossed with an adventure game. Once you know the puzzle solutions and you know exactly what to do for everyone, that kind of eliminates some of the magic of discovery and, like, learning about the characters and the solving the puzzles and everything. You lose a bit of that magic, I think, once you know all the solutions. I mean, you don't have to fill out the bomber notebook every time you play the game. You can just run through the game and do the dungeons, and that's fine. That game also has fantastic dungeons and bosses. But, like, the best way, I think, like, you're getting the most out of the game if you, are playing it for the first time and filling out the bomber notebook and everything. And you can really only have that experience once, unless you deliberately don't play it for a long time and, like, kind of forget about it over the years. And then you can kind of come to it fresh again. It's actually one of the only games that's like that for me, because, like I said, I think it's an issue that crops up probably with adventure games, where, like, it's not really that fun to just go through the motions and solve an adventure game that you already know the solution to. Just like, okay, go here, talk to this guy, grab this item, just, like, do all the exact things that I know you need to do to solve the game. Like, the fun of those types of games is in figuring them out. I feel like there's not a lot of point to playing them once you know exactly what to do. And since I don't typically play adventure games, I don't have that issue crop up in a lot of my favorite games. Majora's Mask is just about the only one. I hate this double page menu thing. This is the one thing that kind of makes it hard for me to go back to Mega Man 3. I actually think Mega Man 4 has the best menu. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I've played that game so much, or maybe it actually does. Maybe it actually is easier to, like, find what you're looking for. Just with, like, the big icons, it's all on one page. I find it easier to switch weapons in Mega Man 4 compared to other Mega Mans. I mean, really, I wish that every Mega Man game could have Mega Man 11's weapon switching system, where you just tilt the right stick. Actually, I think, to its credit, I think Mighty Number 9 had the same system. I think Mighty Number 9 also used the right stick to just, like, tilt in a specific direction to change to that weapon. Oh, I gotta do this right now. I'm gonna get started on my tea. My ride's gonna be here soon. Just gonna double check one last time that we're still on. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see if we can kill Gemini Man and make tea before I've gotta go. Fuck! This is such a fun, stupid boss battle once you know what to do. Oh shit! I accidentally fat-fingered the diagonal there. I can't say that was a controller problem. That's something that crops up in Mega Man sometimes. Fuck! Okay, this is not going well. Whoa! Oh, hey there, Bonghorn. Yeah, I got a new controller. My old one, both of the other controllers I use, revealed themselves to be broken earlier today. The cable's worn out on my Logitech pad, and I've actually used this controller a bunch without realizing it, but the left trigger button on my RetroPad Defender is completely non-functional. And yeah, since we're playing Star Ocean today, or we were, I can't play Star Ocean without an L2 button. Yeah, I can show it to you. Actually, I'm probably just about done playing games for today. Oh, my tea's ready, actually. I'll have to leave you in suspense for a second while I go pour my tea. So yeah, as fate would have it, my controllers all revealed themselves to be broken on Black Friday. So I went to London Drugs, and sure enough, they had a sale on controllers. I had been thinking about getting a DualSense PS5 controller for a long time, and yeah, they were $20 off, which is honestly still not a great deal. But yeah, I got myself a DualSense in purple. I don't know, they call this purple. I think it's more blue. I actually like this better than the default DualSense color. I never liked the white. That was one of the minor reasons kind of prejudicing me against getting one of these. But yeah, they had them in dark purple. This is not even purple. This is blue. Actually, if I hold it up here, it looks blue to me. But if I look at it down here, it looks purple to me. It's like a magic controller. I'm just kind of putting it through the paces right now, making sure that the D-pad holds up, that the triggers hold up, that the thing's actually going to be functional for all the types of games I want to play with it. I haven't really tested the triggers on it that thoroughly just yet. I don't know what game I could use to do that. Oh, you know what? Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain would be a good trigger test. Oh, are you here right now, by the way, Bonghorn? Are you on your way or are you here right now? Okay, okay. Okay, I'll let my tea steep for like 2 minutes and then I'll get up and I'll meet you out there. And within those 2 minutes, I'll load up Risk of Rain and make sure that the triggers are working. My DualSense controller isn't supported by this game. That's actually comforting. That's comforting to know that Steam knows that I'm using a DualSense controller. Steam input will translate the device so you will be able to play the game, but you may not see glyphs. Glyphs? Is that what we call them now? You may not see buttons that match your inputs, or buttons that match your device. You might not see prompts, icons. No, they're called glyphs now. Like I'm fucking casting magic spells with my controller. It's like, oh yeah, I like the glyphs on my PlayStation controller. Oh, I fucking hate modern gaming. Oh, yeah, Risk of Rain's not showing up on OBS. It's because Risk of Rain hasn't loaded yet. Okay, now Risk of Rain still hasn't loaded. What the fuck? You know, I've been having problems with OBS capturing stuff lately. There we go. Alright, so there's Risk of Rain. Why is it completely silent? Oh, you know what? Yeah, why is it complete? Oh, it's because I turned off the music. Yeah, I turned off the music because I always play my own playlists when I'm playing this game. There we go. Let's get the music. Whoop. Let's get the music volume back up. There we go. Okay, we'll do a run for like a minute. What's a good D-pad? We'll use the Commando. Commando's D-pad intensive. And yeah, we'll play on Risk of Rain mode. Risk of Rain difficulty. Okay. Oh, nice. He can like slowly walk forward while he's firing that. Shroop. Oh, we got... Okay, I'm going to hang out here till some monsters show up. Oh, shit. Well, that's my aim, not the controller. Whoa. Whoa. I'm literally not even going to survive a minute. I'm so bad at this game. I used to be good at this game, like in the original version, but I've gotten so bad at it over the years. What do we like? This is the red whip, right? I actually really like the red whip. Oh, nice. We got a free fireworks, too. Wait, no, we didn't get the red... Oh, that was a question mark. That was a question mark, not the red whip. Doink. Commando is actually really strong. Like, for the starting class they give you in this game, he's a very good one to start with. Powerful, simple to use. Okay, this feels good, actually. It actually feels way better than my old Logitech controller. Also, my old Logitech controller had trouble going up ladders. I had a bitch of a time trying to get this fucker to go up ladders with my old Logitech controller. I might actually be better at Risk of Rain. Whoops, thanks to this controller. Alright, nice, get them fireworks. Okay, I think that's gonna have to be it. I think we're gonna have to go now. He's speedy, too. He's so much... He's actually speedier than the other starting classes. 2 medkits for starting items? Are you fucking kidding me? Garbage start. Reset. Although I was lucky to get 1 item out of our shrine there. Can we go 2 in a row? Holy shit, I got items twice in a row! I don't know what the odds are on those statues. I think they're supposed to be 50-50. But in my experience, they're more like 1 in 5. Alright, we'll kill the boss, then we'll leave. Oh yeah, and then he fires at both sides when you're surrounded by enemies. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this. Ow. Fire the laser! Fire the laser! Fucking crabs. Crabs are so much bigger in this version of the game. Whoops, that's the wrong button there. Help! Trying to shoot this Colossus down, but all these other bastards keep getting in the way. Oh great, we got this fireball bitch. Oh hey, Goat Hoof. Goat Hoof, that's gonna help us. Hey, we got him! Alright, and that's me dead. I'm off to D&D. Thank you guys so much for watching. Looks like we got a new controller. Looks like we got a new controller we can use. So, yeah, good uninterrupted streams for next week. I'll see you then. Take care.